So hello there, brethren. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And a good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is brunch time with Mayegun live. So thank you very much for joining me. And you know what to do as you are tuning in. After reading the caption of the broadcast, you should try and read the description of the broadcast as well. And after that, you should like and then share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them, right, that it is brunch time with Mayegun and it is live. So we are going political this brunch time, and it's a mixture of everything as usual. All right. So while we wait for others to join us, you that is here, don't forget, just share the broadcast. And it is also an open mic. Remember, you can phone in anytime to add your own contribution as you deem fit. Anytime. So it is Babachir Lawal. He just granted, another controversial interview. Sit down with Seun Kimbaloye, and there he was talking about Tinubu and about 2023 and what is expected to come in 2027. Speaking about their ADC and others, Atifku, Obi, and name it. So yeah, that's what we're going to use to open this conversation this afternoon. So share this broadcast. Babachir Lawal took a dig at Tinubu and beyond. He went on to also take a dig at the Yorubas. He actually used a blanket statement on all of us. He said, we Yorubas are this, and that. Meanwhile, he's only had an experience with Tinubu Kolu, even though he said he's kind of like lived a long time in Lagos. We are going to start in a minute, right? And that is why I always encourage the viewers, as you are joining, just share it, then like it, then sit back, relax and enjoy the conversation. So much today. Now, good afternoon to you once again. Good morning to you. Depends on your own time. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun's brunch time live, and it is an open mic as well, where you can indeed phone in anytime to add your own contribution, either for or against. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, what do you call it? The line will be open there soon. Yeah, their race towards their 2027 is heating up, as some of you have expressed your disappointment in these characters, as well as your support or admiration for them. Peter Obi is the most popular, the most followed politician in Nigeria today. You don't even have to accept it. You don't have to agree. And because of that, that made him a sought after politician, where a lot of people have put what you can call a scale, kind of like standard. Is the only politician in Nigeria that people are treating with a standard. Oh, why would he say that? Why would he do that? Call who is their idiot. Kind of get away with a lot, but that's not the point. So they are forming a coalition. That's also not news, right? But it's just that their coalition, as we have come to see it, seems to be so different from what coalition is all about, only for them to tell us now that, yeah, it's just to confuse Tinubu. They call Tinubu master strategist, Dabi. Somebody who can infiltrate every camp, bribe them, pay them off, and buy half of the camp and turn them against one another is being kind of like acknowledged as a strategist in that regard. So now these guys who pulled themselves up as opposition to team together and get rid of this behemoth, Tinubu and his co-travelers. So they are also deploying their own tricks that will make them appear unserious, tricks that will make them appear directionless, tricks that will make a sort of confusion even in the camp of Tinubu to be like, who is going to be their candidate? So to them, that's their own trick. And they have a lot up their sleeves to shock Tinubu in 2027. As much as the Ronukus believes that they are just empty promise, empty threats, empty, brags. Babachir Lawal, the man that bought Tinubu's presidential form from APC, Babachir Lawal, I always call him the grass cutter. The guy that used the 242 million naira to clear grass at the IDP camp. And the IDP camp is not even a camp. It is an abandoned school where people who ran away from Boko Haram were living. And he used 242 million naira to clear the grass around the place. So that's why I call him Babachir Lawal, the grass cutter. He was the guy who purchased Tinubu's form, presidential form. It was the one who submitted it. In fact, he was supposed to be the head of Tinubu's campaign, presidential campaign, until the jihadist of the north told him that he should stop deceiving himself. Babachir Lawal had nothing to add to him, because if Tinubu failed to pick a Muslim, then maybe he's just dreaming. He will never be president. That was the condition. So Kalu had to tell Babachir Lawal that I'm so sorry, my friend. I need to win this, and I'm ready to do anything for it. So we are going to go for Muslim ticket. Babachir Lawal was said to have frowned at it, frowned against that. Like, no, we have suffered so much in the hand of these, Islamic terrorists parading themselves as Islamic scholar up north. We need a government that is going to actually really protect Christians, protect minority in northern Nigeria, and not watch them being sent to the meat grinder. That was Babachir Lawal's position. So that's why he had to opt out of the Tinubu's campaign wagon, the one that he set in motion, I think. So he had to abandon it and pick Peter Obi in the process. The rest is history today. And Babachir Lawal is so convinced that Peter Obi won that election. Tinubu didn't win. However, they announced him as a winner, which in itself has been a bigger problem for him, fighting for legitimacy, trying to have everybody, recognize him as a president. I don't see Tinubu as a president, by the way. Maybe because I'm not living in that shithole, in that contraption. Pardon me. I don't see him. I never saw Bukwari as a president. No, never. For his whole 8 years, I just saw an opportunist who had a chance of leading the country of a 200 million mumus successfully. And they ruined it beyond anything. Then you have a druggie that is now your president. He's not my own president. And it will never be. Just so we are clear. So because I don't see him as a president, I see him as a drug dealer. That's how I see Tinubu. I'm not sorry. If you are a Ronuku watching me right now, every time I see Tinubu, I actually see a drug dealer, a drug baron who succeeded in becoming your president. And because of that, we never see him as a president, ever. Never. And that's me. And that won't change him from being your president, don't get me wrong. He's still parading himself as your president. As much as majority of you will find it difficult to accept that you do not have any leader, you do not have any president, you do not have any government. But you can pretend to, since there's a guy parading himself as one. So, you can all pretend and say, come and do your job. Why can't you do your, all those things that you do, right? But to me, I don't see him as one. He's a one-car drug baron and drug dealer, a drug addict that managed to usurp the power of presidency of Nigeria. That doesn't make him a president to me. Anyway, same thing. Babachir Lawal, that's what we're going to start from this afternoon. So it was with Sheung Okimbaloye, and he was talking about, your next charade and why Tinubu would actually lose. The so-called Tinubu, that's how you put it, right? So I'll start with this.
DC by this northern elite.
Sorry about that.
DC by this northern elite is a party that could win election.
That would win. That would win election.
Okay. What gives you that kind of assurance? Or what gave your group that assurance that it will win the election?
We know who we are that are driving it. We know what we read on what we see on the streets. We know what people say on the streets. We are Nigerians now. We are not living in heaven.
So the ADC is a party of the northern elites, or the choice party of the northern elites?
Yes, yes.
In your own mind, and I know that you're a Christian, and fairness is part of your moral judgment.
Yeah.
Where do you think power should rotate to in 2027?
Power should go to the person that will give every Nigerian a sense of belonging, a sense of justice.
Even if the person is a Lebanese?
Even if he's Lebanese. The issue about politics.
So you don't care whether it goes to the north
or
to the south?
See, the thing is personal in the end, to the individual, to me, to you. How are you living? Is there any environment in which your aspirations are achieved? And who can guarantee that environment? So that is what is most important to the individual Nigerian.
I mean, in your own mind, you think that it will, after Buhari, your friend, for 8 years, power shouldn't shift to the other side? And
junk it and move on. Until another fire comes, I face it.
So this, your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal?
It's not personal. I thank God that I didn't make a mistake of being in this government. I thank God that he gave me that opportunity at that time to distance myself from that government. I don't know, because if I were in this government, I probably would have been sacked a long time ago, or probably would have been killed, or I probably would have resigned.
Why?
Because the way they run the government doesn't gel with me.
What makes you think?
I cannot go to a meeting in which 99% of the participants are Yorubas. I lived in Lagos for a long time. The tendency that they finish the meeting in their language and then I'm just sitting down there. I cannot go.
Is that what operates?
Yeah. They are so predominant in the system. They are so predominant in the system.
So you're accusing this government and President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Let me tell you, when we were doing the campaign, after he went to that Lagos and said that thing that he said about Emeloko.
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, in Ogun State. There was a Bola Tinubu platform in which were participating. And they started insulting Northerners. Northerners are this, Northerners are this, Northerners are this, they are illiterate. So I wrote on that platform, a WhatsApp group. These are the people whose votes we will need. If you antagonize them, we are finished. Then I wrote that. The problem with Yorubas, and I still repeat it, is that when you support them and they win, they turn around to convert you as if they behave as if they have subdued you, as if they have conquered you. They will not count your support. I used to say that all the time, even when we sit in his house and we say, no, BG is not like that. I used to say, look, gentlemen, if they are honest, bring them on this television, they will remember. I said, the thing is that we are just doing this because we want Bola Tinubu to be president. We that are not Yorubas will regret it. Because when you go there, they throw us out. They say, no, BD, why are you saying that? It's not true. It's happening now.
Is it happening now?
Exactly. Worse than that. I didn't expect it to.
Unayeram, I'm a Yoruba man. And I can tell you that, do you see that part where he said, after they worked for them, using Yoruba in this sense, so after working for the Yoruba Tifnumbu, all right, so they now treat them like an outcast. They will be speaking their language. That means we'll be speaking Yoruba. So you that is there, like you are more or less like, He's not totally wrong, but he's wrong in the sense that using when you work for Yorubas. Number one is that I don't know how many Yorubas have become president of Nigeria than Obasanjo and this druggie, Tifnumbu. And I do not know what relationship Obasanjo has with or had with his friends from all over the country. I don't know. But you see this Tifnumbu and his gang, here is why I said it's not totally wrong. It is true that they will look down on you so condescendingly. Tifnumbu will look down, like from Tifnumbu and everybody around him, right? And this is not just because you are not Yoruba, even if you are a Yoruba person. If you are not in the same camp with them, you are considered as an outcast. And then you see that level of looking down on people in a condescending way. Take a look at how the Ronukus are struggling to present the Igbos as enemies of Yoruba people, all because, the Igbos won't support APC, Egbekegbe, that is at the center. So that is called affront, an effrontery on Tifnumbu. A Yoruba man ran to be governor of Lagos State. His name is Jimmy Agbaje. Tifnumbu is from Iragbiji, allegedly, Osun State. Jimmy Agbaje and his family, they are originally from Ibadan, or your state. Is it Ibadan? Anyway, because Jimmy Agbaje was in another party, Tifnumbu anointed candidate is Aleko Barack Obama, Ajangbadi Albert Esteni, that is Fashola Holmes. They called a Yoruba man, a full-blooded Yoruba man, they called him Jimmy Shuku. And the fellow Yorubas who are inside their ACN at the time, they were looking at Jimmy Agbaje like this. They are not saying Yoruba, they are saying Igbo. They are seeing him as an automatic enemy. Enemy getting you. That if they have a chance, they will kill him. For Tifnumbu. That is not Yoruba way. I know a lot of you are comfortable saying that Yorubas are this, Yorubas are that. But you are ignoring the other factors too. Other factors that this Ronukus, this Tifnumbu and his gang, they are so evil that anyone and everyone who is not on the same page with them is considered as an enemy of Yoruba land. And they use Yoruba, they use Tinubu as Yoruba. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So I decided to point that out. There's no name that the Ronukus have not called me, simply because somebody like me won't kiss the ring of Tifnumbu the druggie. Ashiwaju awa tole. There's no name they've not called me. They said my mama, my papa, they should go and ask my mama. My papa must be Igbo. And I am from a very prominent family in Yoruba land. A very prominent family. Badero. Go look it up. A very prominent Ejebu family. But unfortunately, unfortunately, the supposed allegedly Iragbiji drug addict, who no one is really sure if he's a Nigerian anyway. So if you are, you know what I mean now. So if you are not on the same page with the druggie Tifnumbu, the slaves, the sewage dwellers, the touts, the what do you call it, the miseducated morons that are parading themselves as his supporters and what have you, who ordinarily are not even handful enough. They are not enough to make him president. So you're right. They are the same people that look at the northerners most of the